Greetings, everyone. Social media family, being of any of my subscribers and our visitors alike, being of any subscribers and visitors alike, to my own YouTube social media channel and on likewise chat room or comment section. How are you all doing? Everyone, being of your persons. Yes. As y'all affiliated, associated with and representing my own YouTube social media channel and our chat room comment section. And how are any some such of your loved ones, of members of your different families, and for that matter, any friends of your different households? Well, hopefully, each and every one of you, one in many or more than quite a few of your persons, if not all together, hopefully, anybody and everybody who is affiliated, associated with, and representing, your own different or whatever I would say, or at least doing okay, if not better yet, to be said and stated for the record, to be doing all right, if not best of all, to be put like this here, to be expressed of a line of thought, whereas any of your persons can claim to feel less than stressed, more blessed than stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. And hopefully the same can or could possibly be said and stated for the record when it comes to me and mine. And now that I got the preliminaries out the way, then let's just dive in to the present social media broadcast of video content. Whereas I was wanting to do this here sooner, but something come up, and I had other business matters to take care of, which was of great importance than to possibly have to postpone as a schedule the appointment for a much later given date and time, God forbid, if I could possibly get matters taken care of much sooner and at the, much earlier recommended time frame period. And to compliment an old saying, it goes something like this here: why put off for tomorrow what you can do today? Yes. Or then to procrastinate, Anyway, today's social media broadcast, being as it is a video content, is having to do with making reference to how, unfortunately, some young thugs or street punks had managed to, take down one of our beloved modern day superheroes, being of a public servant professional, to be compared on to other ones, uh, who provide a social service onto the general public or the people at large of the different other vocations, and namely being of a local police officer or cop, to simply say. And whereas these poop busts are piss ants, and they could have possibly or probably received that of an order or command coming from some such grown-ups of males, of adult men, and it's practically nothing more sorry than, a poor excuse from a man, like say, an old fart of a gangbanger, pushing the half a century mark and older than that, as in the half a century mark being 50 years old, stuck on stupid, out in the streets, gang banging, acting like one has a chip on the shoulder, acting like society owes one something, where society don't owe any of the likes anything, but with the exception being a jail term sentence and a lengthy stint likewise in the crazy house, for the likes of them being of low-life scumbags, social rejects who did not invest their mind, their energies or efforts into something much more worthwhile that would prove to possibly become or be in their better interest and for the general welfare, and not only to benefit them or bless them, but to do the same for their fellow man or their fellow citizen and or foreigner. And so here it is, you have these young thugs in training, some, you know, adolescent males or teenage boys who had took it upon themselves to, fulfill a contract hit that was probably given to them by their older male rival counterparts to take out a police officer, a cop, as he himself was supposed to have been off duty and about to return home when they had approached his ride, automobile, motor vehicle B. He was driving a police squad car, cruiser, or his own personal automobile or motor vehicle. But anyway, regardless though, they ran up on him while he was in the driver's seat and just opened up. Pocket, pow, 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 pow. And whereas, they had caught one of the suspects, but they have yet to catch the other one. Yes, it was supposed to have been two of them. Well, hopefully it wasn't more than that. But then, if it was just one, that would be unfortunate, I mean, here it is. You have a police officer, cop, who's trying to do the right thing, in accordance to his, civic duty to the public. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to do the right thing in accordance to his job duty as a public servant professional for his own vocation to serve the general public or the people at large. It was not like he was coming off like, the likes some of such others of his colleagues compared to, those being of his kind that would, you know, fulfill completion of their company model, being of which is to serve and protect the general public. No, he was not coming off like the likes of a corrupt police officer or a dirty cop, becoming a part of the problem rather than a part of the solution, being just of the likes of another kind, sort of type of criminal, but a criminal that is, you know, sporting or wearing a badge and a police uniform and misrepresenting both. No, he was out here in the streets. That is after he had finished his shift of serving and protecting the public, the general public and people at large, only to be shot down like a dog in the street by the likes of a mad dog. You know, the average cop killer is a mad dog. You know, just as much to be compared onto a mad dog who would shoot at firemen while they themselves are trying to provide a social service that benefits the general public or the people at large, being of which is to put out a fire, you know, before more lives are destroyed. These are the crazy times we are living in, you know, where it's bad enough that you have to be bothered with certain neighbors, being of whom would be more commonly called and more commonly known as the proverbial neighbors from damn hell. The main one for me being of a local poop button pissant drug pusher of a black male character who represents less manhood even when compared onto a much more familiar average cocksucking faggot. And as he continues to assume in his rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset that he has some kind of a legit personal vendetta or grudge match against my person, which I had never done or said anything to him, to warrant or justify all this hostility. No. I guess it's only been because he got mad because I complained to the management of the building. Administrator represented personnel how he would cause me to lose sleep and wake up late and start my day off late, as he would go in and out of one of two back doors to the building more than another one, and mainly or mostly the one next to my apartment door, you know. And like, I'm not supposed to get offended. I mean, if you out here living a loser's lifestyle of an alternative nature, then why should you, you know, like affect your fellow neighbors if in a negative way if they're trying to do the right thing? Why would you inconvenience them or, you know, cause them the pain of mental anguish and or physical trauma just because you want to rip and run through the streets at ungodly hours of the night, you know? But then so much for that conversation of dialogue. Not that I was wagging the dog or changing the subject, and moving right along and getting back to the original subject matter, or that being of some such of a topic of discussion to be debated, of a given argument with the many different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing some of such thereof of the same of the said in question, another form of previous prior mention, as I give my take upon it or give you my own perspective. So here you have these young adolescent males or teenage punks. They go on a shooting spree and they shot this here, you know, off-duty cop, or as this male police officer had finished his shift, shot him in cold blood at point blank range. Pow, 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 pow. Why? I said while he was behind the steering wheel of his automobile or motor vehicle, regardless of whether it was a police squad car, cruiser, or his own personal one or ride. I mean, it's just senseless, you know? Whereas he was out there to not only protect your average law-abiding American citizen and a foreigner, but even so, the likes of the riffraff, the low-life scumbags representing the rank and file of the criminal elements of society. That's a crying shame. But then my heart and mind goes out to, or I extend my condolences to the surviving loved ones, family members and friends of the deceased. You know, yes, my heart goes out to them. Yes. So that's what I had wished to address. This most recent urban legend horror story of current events of a major news headline story. Whereas one has been caught, the other is still at large, you know, and hopefully they catch him as well, you know. Yes. Then because it hits so close to home, you know, when I look at it, you know. Yeah. And whereas, well, hopefully I still have lots of cop friends, though I could possibly have, you know, more than enough enemies upon a police department. But hopefully I have equal as well cop friends who are employees of a police department, of any police department, you know. Not only, you know, citywide, statewide, and nationwide, but worldwide, you know. Go to any police station, wherever in the world. I'm practically not possibly a household name. The anonymous little brother, former ex-president Barack Hussein Obama, though me and him don't share the same politics, neither the same religion. Regardless of whether or not he himself is a devil worshiper, I'm a believer in God myself. Regardless of whether or not my in-law is a female impersonator of a faggot, or equal as well worse yet, a transvestite or transgender. No offense, Michelle, I'm just saying. Now, I don't really believe that, or that Joan Rivers, what you call it. I mean, no, I kind of believe it like 50-50. 50% it could possibly be true, and 50% could possibly be a lie. So much for that conversation. Anyway, though, in conclusion, I'd like to say, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins, recognizing what he himself had done and did upon the cross of Calvary on little Golgotha, suffering at the hands of Romans, so up on orders to their superiors, religious, political, military, etc. But then nevertheless, whereas he went to that cross of Calvary to become a perfect sacrifice, only sacrifice for you as well as for me. Don't steal my trademark physical gesture. I'm going to have to copyright it sometime. Whereas if any of us, regardless of race, walk of life, gender, age, etc., profess faith in them, we won't have to worry about ending up in the lake of fire with the rest of the unsaved, lost, damned human souls to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and demons to burn forever. But we will be in the company of like-minded believers and in the presence of God and his angels. And even so, be blessed while we here upon the planet Earth. You all take care and be safe. Be blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Join heaven. I'll talk to you later. We out. Peace.